One, shot, hook, up, yes.
It kind of goes back to like high school, I guess. They actually had jiu-jitsu at my high school for about a year, and it was just traditional jiu-jitsu. We had an instructor, and they ended up banning that from our school. Yeah, banning it because it was too rough. But I did that for about a year. Then I started kind of just screwing around, just kind of doing a little bit of boxing. Then from there, I didn't really do anything. I'd been swimming competitively for like 12 years. So I didn't really want to do anything at that point in time, just kind of hung out with my friends and partied. And when I turned 18, just before I turned 19, I moved to Sydney. I was approached by a kickboxing coach who was a karate coach as well, and he said, look, why don't you come down and train with me? So I trained with him for about a year and a half, and I wanted to fight. I don't know, something clicked inside. I've always been competitive, always wanted to win. Something clicked inside that I want to fight. You know, this is what I want to do. I enjoy the competition. So he couldn't get me any fights. So I ended up switching gyms to an MMA gym, which was the gym that I trained at for the last 5 years, still training at now, under Anthony Lang and Langy's MMA. And he took me under his wing, and I essentially walked in there and said, look, I enjoy fighting, I want to fight, I'll put the time in. And he said, good, give us 6 months and we'll get you a fight. And that was in, I think the first fight I had was in December in 2006. So that's almost 5 years now I've been fighting. Yeah. For this fight, the advantage that I have for this fight is that I'm me. I see things that fighters do. Yui's a predictable fighter. That's his main downfall. Doesn't use feints. Doesn't use footwork. His footwork's terribly predictable. Like if he throws a kick, he shows that he's going to throw a kick. If he throws punches, he shows that he's going to throw punches. He's got a good amateur wrestling background, which is always something that that is something to look out for, because he's going to try and put me on my back. I know these things. He's not going to want to stand up and fight me. He's going to have watched my fights. He's going to see the fight that I had with Arsehole. He's going to see the fight that I had with Shaffer and the other fights that I've had. And he's going to say, well, I'm going to try and put this guy on his back and see how he likes it. Well, that hasn't succeeded for anybody so far. I've been taken down in fights, but every single time I've been taken down, the refs either stood the fight back up because it's been a stalemate, or I've gotten back up all by myself, you know? And that's if he can even get me to the ground. I've spent 6 months wrestling under Mark Fiore and Matt Hughes, guys like Matt Veach, who's an NCAA wrestler. You know, I spent time wrestling with guys like that. I can't replace that experience. There's nothing I can replace that experience with. I'm not going to lose that experience in a hurry. It's only going to become better for me. So everything that Yui does in this fight, I'm going to do better. If he tries to take me down, he's the one that's going to end up not getting a freaking takedown. If he tries to strike with me, he's the one that's going to end up getting hit. If he tries to submit me, he's going to be the one that ends up getting his guard passed and submitted. There's nowhere in this fight that I can't win. I won an Australian title for submission grappling in 2009. I've never been submitted outside of a gym, ever. Not in a fight, not in a submission grappling tournament. I've been knocked out once in my career. I've never been knocked off my feet, ever. Not in a gym, not in any environment other than inside the cage. And that was on the ground, that wasn't on the feet. So he's going to have a hard time wherever this fight goes, because he's not going to want to engage me on the feet, because he knows that I'm a counter puncher. He's not going to want to try and shoot on me because he knows that I've been wrestling. And he's not going to want to try and submit me because he knows that I have a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under a very, very well-known Jiu-Jitsu master in Anthony Lang, and that I will submit him. So everything he does in this fight, I do better. And that's what I'm going to show.